Well, they don't
The
look like
doorknob
that's what they look
turns.
like.
And the door opens. And there's a man standing out there. Big smiles, dimpled chin, a glass of apple juice in his hand. He's got a little Mr. Rogers sweater. Everything about him has this weird plasticky sheen. But he looks right at you. Well, hey, kids. How'd you get out of that box?
Hello and happy Friday. Oh, I'm over in Pierce's corner. One second. I waved a hand. It's like, why is there a random hand popping up beside Pierce? Happy Friday, friends. Or for those of you watching us on the YouTubes, happy whatever day it is you're checking us out. Thank you for watching us in the future. I am, of course, DM Daddy RPG. Here, we are here to bring you happy, fun time tabletop shenanigans. Guys, it's going to be a shirt one day. I promise. I am not in charge of Friday Night Games. I am but a mere player, an actor, if you will, on these games. As you can see by the lovely JenOfThieves, Degeneration X over there, in the corner of power, as we like to call it. So we're just gonna do our socials real quick, and then we're turning the reins over. What are our socials? Discord! If you're not part of our Discord community, what's wrong with you, man? We've been doing this for over a year now. Come join us over in the Discord. We talk all the time about all kinds of stuff, be it from baking to new hobbies like bookbinding, smutty books, exchanged between friends, and of course, all things tabletop role-playing. Please do come by. Discord's also where we vote on what games we'll be doing in the future, and as well as how you sign up for said games should you wish to become one of these us humble actors upon this digital stage. YouTube, boom. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube, obviously, like, punch that bell, like, subscribe, like, dislike. We got a dislike on our Sabat video, and I got ecstatic because it means strangers are still watching us, even if it's not the Werewolf 5th Edition game. Let's go. I actually am happy when I get dislikes because it means, like, you know, people I don't know are watching our stuff. Let's go. That's great. But if you have not subscribed to us on YouTube yet, please do consider doing so. We generate content. We are now at the point where we are putting out content 7 days a week. be it either edited videos of these games or shorts and so on and so forth. We are embracing year 2 fully and strongly, and we are going to continue doing so. And then Patreon, boom, join our nautical. Seriously, you get a lot of really cool benefits in our nautical. Extra chat redeems, merch, slots in games, so on, so forth, etc. So if you would like to support this, if you would like us to continue doing these things where pretty much it just negates the cost of us running all these damn games. It helps us get the books, it helps us buy content and map packs and things for other games, etc., 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 etc. So please, if you would like to support us, consider joining our nautical. All of these links with which I have said, if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, are down in the About section. Make sure to check it out. It also gives you little teasers about the games and whatnots. Alright. And with that, Mateo checks out, and Jasper checks in, and DM Mommy is in control.
I had just enough time to pour my soda. Hi. So we'll start with a recap, but it's going to be a little bit different than usual. I'm going to go around, and you're going to answer 2 questions. Question 1, what'd you do last game? Question 2, what do you hope to accomplish this game? Who wants to go first? Go for it.
Okay. Last game, I got Willy Wonka'd, for lack of a better term. My house was apparently edible and melting, and smelled apparently delicious, from what I understand. All my books are gone, and I'm a little bit upset about that. Let's see. Woke up in the sleepy place, I think is the term given to it. Made a new friend named Jasper, who keeps us on our toes. And let's see, what do I hope to get out of this game? I hope to get out of this damn room. I hope to get out of what appears to be a shadow dream person city that I don't know anything about without dying. And I really would like that brownie. But that's about it.
Jasper.
Yes'm.
2 questions. What did you do last week? What do you hope to accomplish this week?
Well, last time, I called the police. I called 911 and let them know where the missing man Marcus Bennett was, but I don't think anybody really believed me. And then we found Marcus, and I found so many new friends, and Amelia.
And this week?
Maybe we'll circle our wagons, and the power of friendship will prevail. And anybody who's outside of that power, whatever.
Hey, Amelia. What'd you do last week? And what do you hope to do this week?
I ended up crashing a breakfast with my entire dead family. Jumped out a window and ended up in said sleepy place. Reconnected with Lewis and met everybody else. We are currently stuck in a bourbon barrel-esque type room. And I insulted Jasper.
You did.
So rude.
I mean, it's a stressful situation. Let's understand.
He didn't do it.
Arguable.
Lewis.
What?
Oh man, I got attacked by a bunch of busted old electronics while trying to work on my shed. Printer starts sprinting out a whole lot of missing child posters, which was coincidentally the children who went missing 20 years ago, including my sister. Attempted to nope my way out through several different means and eventually had to knock a window out, and I had to fix that later. And as I went out the window, found myself in this bourbon barrel with several friends and some toys, including one sleepy friend and a very chompy robo-dog. And now I have a screw that I don't know where it goes, and what I'd like to get out this week is a little bit less chomps, like significantly less chomps. It'll be fantastic for this upcoming week. Also,
Less
maybe
chomps.
figure out what's going on in this nightmare.
A secondary goal.
Nah, it's a big deal. No chomps. Sick of that shit. And don't slap me anymore. Trip.
And this week we are joined by Marcus, who will find out what he missed last week in a bit. But for now, we're going to start off with a little prelude, or prequel,
And a moose boosh.
back. So Marcus, you've had trouble sleeping.
Yep,
You-
for a long time.
For a long time, haunted by dreams. This, really, what's now yesterday? You went to bed like usual, took your medicine, climbed into bed, and like usual, you started hearing noises from the closet. Like usual, you're never quite sure if you're awake or asleep. So what do you do?
I just roll over in the bed and like put myself as close to the wall as possible and just saying, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Go away. You're not real.
Little scratches. Turn to knocking. Louder and louder, more insistent.
The therapist said y'all are not real, and if I get up, there will be nothing there. So I'm gonna throw the blankets off, and I'm gonna walk towards the door. And I'm just gonna stand there. I'm not opening it. I'm just staring at it, listening to the noise.
By the time you throw the blankets off and your feet hit the floor, you can actually feel the vibrations of this pounding on the door against your feet. It's loud. It's hard. It feels real. And it keeps going.
When it starts to get louder, I grab the dresser to the side of the door, and I'm just gonna move it in front of the closet door.
And when you do that, the sound of the furniture against the floor kind of blocks it off for a second until you settle it directly in front of the door. But when that's over, the knocking stops and you can hear the sounds of cries from just behind you. Soft, whimpering, frightened cries.
Not real. There's nothing there. It's not real. There's nothing there. And I'm gonna turn around.
Hey, mommy.
Right.
There's a brick in chat.
Okay. No worries. As you turn around, the hairs on the back of your neck shoot up even before your eyes can even register what you see. But directly in front of you, there's the half-cracked, antiqued face of a wide-eyed porcelain doll. The doll reaches out, grabbing you by the throat, shoving you back against the dresser. It bruises the base of your spine.
Absolute panic. Like, just flailing, kicking. No idea what to do at this point.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll them. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at your character sheet.
2 seconds, I am opening it now.
If you haven't had a chance to look at it at all, you may want to check out your Exhaustion and Madness talents, because they might come in handy later.
Okay, we've got the sheet open.
Cool. I'm going to roll 2 dice, so I'm rolling 2 dice against you for basically physically trying to push this doll away from you. Do you see the little die below the discipline, permanent exhaustion, permanent madness? Just click that. If you'd like to add a permanent exhaustion voluntarily just to have a bigger dice pool, you are welcome to do that. Otherwise, just roll it as is. 1 6. Well, not good. In this system, 1s, 2s, and 3s are successes. 4, 5s, and 6s are how the success is flavored. So you got a success and discipline dominates. So you shove with all of your might. It's just panic at this point. You're not even checking strength. You're just trying to save your own life. This is self-preservation. You shove with all your might. And the doll flies backward, skidding across the floor, landing in a heap, and stays there, sobbing.
Do I still hear the noises coming from the closet?
Nope. They stopped as soon as the dresser was in front of the closet.
I'm going for the bed. Wait, is the doll between me and the bedroom door?
Mostly no. Not directly. You'd have to pass by the doll, but you wouldn't have to basically cross it.
I'm gonna try to like skirt around it as much as possible to get to the door.
Okay.
Like never taking my eyes off of it, like doing like the crab walk, basically to get around this thing.
Okay. You manage. Her arm shoots out to try to grab you around the ankle, but you're being so careful, and she's not moving from where she landed, where you threw her. Her body kind of stacked on itself unnaturally. She looks up at you as you open the door, tears looking more like rust as they stream from her open, staring eyes. But you open the door. Do you walk through the door?
I go through the door. I'm not even looking where I'm going. I just want to get through the door and close it behind me to keep that thing in there.
The second you walk through the door, you are suddenly enveloped in darkness. You didn't have your phone, you didn't have your keys, you have no way of seeing where you were. You were just in darkness for a while, all alone. Until eventually, in this void of of silence and solitude, you fell asleep. Real sleep. Deep sleep. Sleep you haven't had in decades. And when you wake up, you realize someone's pulling on your clothes, dragging you away from a wall.
Now I told you, you gotta be gentle with him. We don't want to. It'd be rude to wake him up.
I'm trying, but he's heavy. Can I have a little help?
Panicked flailing?
Oh, see, you done did it.
Sorry.
Hey there, friend.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Jasper.
Why are you in my basement?
We're more in a bourbon barrel than a base.
What?
So hi. I'm Jasper.
I'm Amelia.
And you're not where you think you are anymore, friend. But that's okay. At least we're together.
Okay, it's a dream. Everything's fine.
I assure
must
you,
have just forgot my
we're not a
meds
dream.
last night.
Maybe Sebastian is. I don't see him anymore. But I assure you, we're not dreams.
What you can see is all through that sharp, contrasted light of a cell phone flashlight. The walls, the floor, the ceiling, they're all this old, splintering, but probably once painted wood. There doesn't seem to be any doors, doesn't seem to be any windows. And besides these 4 other people, there is a child-sized toy transformer with a plastic boy's head on it. Like it was unmasked at some point. There's a mechanical little golden retriever half ripped open on the ground, eyes darting from figure to figure. And there is a porcelain doll slumped against the floor.
Keep that thing the hell away from me.
Yeah, that doll don't do much.
Yeah.
Not compared to that dog, anyways.
The doll tried to choke me out.
Must have been before we got here. That's no fun.
No, like it was in my room.
Well, I mean, it was in here with you. You were asleep. Or
It's in the hand, Marcus.
Maybe you were
Maybe his
passed
hand.
out.
You know in your heart, you know, Marcus, that you are not asleep.
No, that thing tried to kill me, and we were not here. We were in my bedroom.
Right. I'm saying after she choked you out, who knows what could have happened.
Well, I said she tried. I fought her off. I threw her off of me.
Strange things.
Can you stand?
Strange things happen in the darkness, friend.
Yeah, and I'll take Lewis's hand.
I tried to tell the police that you were here. I don't think they believed me.
The cops don't like. Wait, the
you've been-
cops are
you-
here?
No, you've been missing for days from town.
All over the news and on repeat.
Who was looking for me?
Well, apparently you didn't make it to work or something. And so, like, there was, like, this whole, like, where is Marcus Bennett? And stuff. And, yeah.
Weird that they actually cared.
I'm noticing a trend of glass half empty people here in this box. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know how I feel about it.
So, Marcus, you're avoiding the doll altogether.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that thing. It's gonna come to life and try to kill me, obviously.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
Still inspecting the transformer.
I'm going
Before
to.
Marcus moved, sorry,
No, you got it.
you had mentioned that there was a breeze coming from where Marcus was on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Can I investigate that a little further?
Sure. I think I said last week, it seems like there's just like a gap between the floor and the wall. You can't really see past it. You can just feel cool air coming in.
Can I shine the phone's flashlight kind of between the gap and see if I can see anything behind it? Or
You can. The gap is so small you couldn't even really stick your hand in there. So besides just kind of the darkness of the gap between the wood, you maybe see light, maybe? Dim light. But there's some kind of light beyond there.
I would like to offer my new friend Marcus a stick of gum.
I will take the gum.
Just so you know, it's cinnamon.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Then Jasper will lean back into the shadows again.
You're weird, and that's coming from me.
I don't know.
You don't like this?
I know it is weird to grab cinnamon gum. I was hoping it was spearmint, but I'll do better next time. I'm sorry.
It was. Never mind.
As I walk over to the breeze. Is there anything that we can smell? Like, does it smell damp? Does it smell like food or cooking? Does it smell like
Candy.
Are there any smells we would? Candy? I was trying to avoid that particular word, but yes.
It doesn't really smell like much beyond that kind of old, sort of stale cedar smell that led you to figure out what kind of wood the room was made out of. You can't really smell much beyond that.
Okay. How much cooler is the breeze in the air in here? Like gentle or like holy shit, it's cold outside?
No, it's just notably cooler. With so many people in this room, it's a little warm. It's maybe even a little humid in the room the longer you're in there. But just that breeze seems cool and drier than the air inside.
Okay. Does it look like we could try to shift the board or try to wedge something in there maybe?
It's a small space. You'd need a small tool to get in there, but maybe.
Almost like a screw?
Are you thinking out loud?
Hey Lewis? You got that screw thing still?
Nope, I lost it while we were standing here in this room we can't get out of.
Considering the amount of strange shit that's happened in this room.
Oh
It's
no.
holding it directly in front of his face.
Thank you. I take it and I try to use it as some sort of pry bar to try to maybe pull one of the boards off or just make a bigger space.
Trips?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just ask Lewis for his little utility tool thingy? That might be better than a screw for what you're trying to do. Maybe.
You have a multi-tool?
How do you think you took apart the dog?
Watch me use it.
It's been a long day. I'm sorry for not remembering that.
It's been 20 minutes.
Like I said.
If that. Yeah.
Well, thoughts on us trying to... Can whoever wants to give me a hand try to take some of these boards off? Maybe we can find a way out of this room.
I can kneel down and help.
Okay. Who all is helping?
So,
You, Louis, Amelia. Okay. So what I'm going to have you do? We'll call it difficulty. We'll call it difficulty 3. I'm gonna roll 3 dice against you. You're gonna roll your dice, and anyone who wants to help you is also going to roll. Only their disciplined dice are going to count.
okay.
Okay.
As you all kind of crowd around and conference and try to figure out the best approach, the best angle. Okay.
Like if we just hang out in here long enough, it will wake up, right? Like it's obviously just a really weird dream. Y'all aren't real. Y'all are all in my head.
Marcus.
Would you like to test that assumption? Because we tried it, and
Yeah, triple slap you.
you slapped me back.
You slapped me first.
I'm not pretending I didn't. I was testing a theory, and if it had worked, we'd all have woken up, hopefully.
Maybe.
And then you hit me.
Or if I woke up, I wouldn't
and
have
you
been
quite,
here.
How would slapping
You quite
Lewis
just-
wake the rest of us up?
because maybe we were in his dream. And the person whose dream it is, if they woke up, everybody else would have to go back to their dreams and probably wake up from the shock.
If that's the case, it sounds like this is Marcus's dream because the doll was both in his dream and here.
Missed that part. But good thinking. Well,
I like to picture you just arguing while trying to
Right,
lever open
I'm not arguing.
the panel. And after a while, on it, the more a little annoyed, maybe a little more frustrated you start to get. After a bit of pushing and pulling and tugging, you hear a crack. And it gives way just a little. The tiny room you're in starts to fill with the smallest, most diffused amount of light.
Jasper, you okay?
Uh-huh.
Seem to kind of favor the shadows. I don't know if the light bothers you.
Oh, no, I'm just staying out of everybody's way.
okay. Whoever's down there, I'm not sure how everybody's oriented versus standing versus kneeling or whatever. Can anybody see through that crack and see if there's anything or whatever out there?
Is it-
We'll say it's Lewis. It's Lewis's tools, so maybe he's manning the efforts here. If you kind of peek through the crack, you can see maybe a room outside of the room you're in. There's kind of beige carpet, maybe beige wall. Not bright, but certainly lighter in the room than it is where you are now.
We're prying up the floor? Or the
The wall
wall?
cracked.
Okay.
The wall is cracked.
You guys broke?
Yes, we did.
Trying to stomp at the wall with a good kick.
Okay.
Keeping in mind that I already have boo-boos.
That ominous thunder was perfectly timed.
We're not going to push ourselves just yet.
Okay. I am not even gonna roll against you because you're definitely gonna win on that.
Yeah.
Let's see. and discipline is going to reign here. So you kind of rear back, being mindful of your ouchie foot, because the lessons that dog taught, they shall last forever. But you come at the wall, boot flat out, pressure from your heel impacting with just a thud that echoes through the small room. And the bottom of the board pops loose. The edge of a screw just ripping out of the floor.
Cool.
Great job.
Hey, thanks.
I try to get the big screw behind it to try to like pry it a little bit, maybe see if I can get the other screw to loosen as well.
Yeah, you collectively work on it for a while, and you manage to basically create sort of an opening at the bottom. You push at the bottom, you push at the bottom until the screws at the top start to come loose, and it kind of, the bottom slides loose like a flap that you could get out of, large enough that all of you could fit if you wanted to, as more light just floods into the small space, brightening details on everything in there, including the doll and the transformer and the dog that is still looking for Lewis.
Ooh.
Amelia, where are you?
Behind Trip and Lewis holding the phone flashlight.
Okay.
Not that we need it much anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of, hey Jasper Buck, can I get my phone back? Guess not.
Yeah, that looks like a no.
Finders keepers.
Just friends.
I tentatively sort of poke my head through the hole and look around, trying to get an idea of where in this room we are. Like, do I see how tall it is? Do I see any doors, any furniture? Windows?
Just your head? Poke your head
At
out.
the moment, yes. With every intention of jerking back in should something come at me.
Nothing comes at you. But you kind of like go for your face out of the hole. This wall seems huge. It just goes and goes. There's nothing interesting about it. It's just your average household beige. But it goes so far up.
Mm.
Is there any-
the room?
Do you see any furniture or anything, Trip? Anything to gauge?
You just
Size
see
of-
carpet and a very tall wall. For now.
Be careful not
The
to
only-
fall.
I look down.
Just carpet.
Okay.
Get it? Because your name's Trip.
I should have seen that coming. I really should have. You got me on that one, Jasper. I'll admit it. I slowly start crawling out. The only thing I can see out here right now is a whole bunch of beige and a really fucking tall wall. I don't. And as I'm like crawling through and standing up, I'm still constantly looking around.
As your feet hit the floor, you kind of unfold from this little panel that you're escaping. You suddenly feel dizzy and nauseous, like the room is tumbling end over end. And as you straighten up, you realize that wall is no longer unusually tall. It's a perfectly normal room.
Okay, I make a oh fuck, and I like catch myself against the wall.
I told you.
Very, very nauseous and lightheaded for a second.
Kind of
So
nauseous.
Alice in Wonderland, like,
And his
You ever been on
voice,
the
when you
Grav
hear it
truck?
back, it's bigger. It echoes.
you ever been on the Gravmatron at the fair? That kind of nauseous. But either this wall got smaller or I got bigger.
Look out the hole.
Did you eat a tea cookie?
I haven't eaten anything, nor do I see a white rabbit.
You should have eaten your house.
As you kind of peek out
Then where?
the little flap of paneling, you don't really see Sebastian anymore. You just see a pant leg with a shoe at the bottom.
Oh. That doesn't make any sense. Ooh, what's up with my voice? Hold up. There we go.
I think your voice sounds fantastic, Lewis.
Well, thank you. Jasper, you got a cool head on you. Make sure I'm not imagining this. Would you mind taking a quick peek out this hole?
As I hear them say that, I look down at where I think the hole should be.
And there's still a hole, but it's so much smaller than it was before. As you kind of swivel to look, what you're looking at is a small hole poked in the side of a faded cedar toy box.
That is indeed a pant.
Do I see a lid to the toy box?
You do see a lid to the toy box. There's no latch, it's just on a hinge. You see some ABC blocks painted onto the lid of it, faded as well. It's been there a while, maybe handed down for generations.
Sorry, I actually have one of those at home. Like, this is getting really fucking creepy because you're like naming a whole bunch of shit out of my life.
She knows.
All right. Hey guys.
Loud.
There is also a lady
this-
with us.
Excuse me. Hey everyone. Look up at the ceiling and don't be surprised. I slowly lift the lid.
Oh my god!
You see it from down under, just a sliver of light becoming like a whole open sky as light from the room pours into the darkness. It takes your eyes a minute to adjust to the difference.
is what I
5 4 fum.
Boo.
Jokes right now.
Not funny.
It's a coping mechanism.
All right.
Hope better.
But as
can
the
close it.
Zembo of this group, I have one thing to say. Uppies.
I'm gonna try the hole.
Not to sound cliche, but watch that first step. It's a doozy.
So, Lewis, you're going out the side hole?
Yep.
Just like Sebastian, once your feet hit the floor, everything spirals. Like you're flipping sideways, top to bottom, up and down, your stomach turns, and when your eyes clear, you're just a guy in a room with a toy box.
Told you.
You know, it wasn't that bad when you know it's coming.
Yeah, but it is that Gravmatron kind of nausea, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I reached down for. I'm sorry. You called yourself a Thembo?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure I heard that right. I reached down for the Thembo. Like in comparison to, like my hand. Are we talking like Gulliver's Travels, Lilliput kind of small?
That's a bar.
Or are we talking?
The bar where is this happening?
I actually saw Gulliver's Travels first, so.
He's probably maybe a foot tall.
Okay.
Maybe, if we're stretching it a little.
A lot about our height.
All right. Since he said uppies, I reached down and tried to pick him up and put him on the floor.
Picking him up? Easy peasy.
Assuming that that something's about to happen here.
Picking him up? Easy peasy. Putting him down? Need you to roll. Because the second his feet clear...
Yeah, you broke up there. What do I need to roll?
You're gonna roll against 2. The second his feet clear the box, your eyes unfocus, his unfocus. He gets a surge of nausea as he becomes full size. So.
Okay, can I do a thing?
What thing do you want to do?
Can I use the power that's on my sheet to stay this size for right now?
You can. That, if I recall, is your madness talent, correct?
Yes.
You can. You are going to have to roll for it. And I'm going to tell you, you will need to add, I'll say 4 temporary madness as you roll.
Yay, I'm not
So there's going to be a pop-up when you click roll.
I'm no longer the only person that knows they have powers.
I'm just like, I start to feel myself get bigger. No, stay small, stay small, stay small. Unobtrusive. Do not perceive me. So the extra madness box put 4?
Yep, put 4. Awesome. Okay. Okay. So you succeed. As he lifts you up, it seems like for a second, like he gets heavy and then he's light again. Sebastian. So you're easily able to pick him up and put him down, except for that maybe brief moment of panic where you're like, I'm gonna drop this dude.
Mm-hmm.
But he stays small.
Yeah.
Marcus, as you focus the power of this madness that you felt inside ever since you really stopped sleeping, as you focus it, you think for a second, maybe I'll just stay this size. What bad thing can really happen if I just stay this size? And suddenly you're full of just the fear that everyone's gonna notice you now. You're out of that room, you're out of that nightmare. Everyone's gonna see and they're gonna know. And since madness dominated that role, do you see your responsive boxes down below your madness talent?
Yes.
I'm going to need you to check off one of those. And that is going to be your reaction to this sudden paranoia. That everyone is going to see you and they're going to know you're not worth seeing.
Damn, Jen.
Right?
Light on.
Good lord.
Madness, man.
Harsh.
Turn the hot light on for that. Fuck.
The moment my feet touch the floor, I flee. I'm going around the back of the box, scurrying back around to hide behind the box somewhere.
The patter of small feet as he squeezes in between the box and the wall.
Put out some glue traps.
Marcus, you all right?
What's going on out there?
Would you like me to pick you up?
I think I'd rather go through the hole.
Be aware, it's like gravitron nausea. Just telling you now.
Yeah, just
Noted.
focus on your
Amelia,
feet.
before you leave, do you do anything else? Do you look around? Do you investigate at all?
I'm gonna look around the room right before I go to exit.
Okay. I'm gonna give you something, but I'm gonna need you to use your exhaustion talent. You can use it minor. It won't cost you anything. But if you want a better chance of succeeding, you add an exhaustion. I'm basically gonna see if you notice something. I'm actually going to roll because it's you and not someone else. I'm gonna roll 5 dice. Because you would be pulling this from the recesses of your memory.
Okay.
Okay. So you succeed.
But
You succeed.
There's
So
always a but.
You take a look around one last time before you head for that little flap, the door, the exit, to get out of this box. And something kind of nags you about that doll for a minute. You stare at it for a while. It's like just there at the very edge of your memory. But nothing really comes. And you know you kind of gotta get out of here and move on, so you step away. And the hand reaches out to grab your ankle. You try to run and you lose your footing, landing solidly on your knees. But as you turn to try to pry the fingers off of your flesh, it dawns on you. You've seen that face before. Beneath the rust and the plastic sheen, you're pretty sure that might be Alice. Maybe it was Alice. And you knew Alice was Marcus's sister. But you scramble to your feet, and you are welcome to escape the box if you'd like.
In the throes of the panic of being grabbed, I'm gonna stick around and stare at it just a little bit longer. Jasper.
Amelia.
Would you happen to have any of the missing papers from that file that you had? Did you hold on to any of them?
I mean, it was just like the one page, and then everything else was like missing kids.
Do you still have the missing kid posters?
Do I still have the folder, Jen?
You did not. It wasn't yours, so you didn't take it.
No. I guess I left it when all of the orderlies were pushing me into my room.
His face is really familiar. Do you recognize her? On the doll.
Do I?
It looks kind of like a doll. I mean, you and Marcus weren't super close as kids.
Nope. I mean, it's kind of very generic doll-like.
I'm gonna take the doll and push it through the hole.
Okay. It's not very heavy. So you can easily like prop the board flap up with one foot and kind of shove it through the hole. Same thing seems to happen as it crosses the edge
Marcus
it also
isn't gonna
gets
like that.
much bigger.
Jesus.
It's not full person size, but it is definitely like child size. Maybe comes up to your ribs.
Oh, like that.
Twist around and sort of like a.
I'm gonna follow the doll out, right behind her.
You emerge, kind of grabbing for the wall as vertigo hits hard as well.
Jasper, would you like to come out?
I don't know if we're supposed to come out. Like, we were put here.
We were?
I mean, we had to get in a box somehow, didn't we?
Fair
As
point.
you're talking, you start to hear house noises, like the sound of footsteps, cabinets opening and closing, just beyond the room.
Do we all hear that, or?
You all can hear it. I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Okay.
Can I use my madness talent?
You want to use your madness talent?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want to use it?
I want to see if there are. Trying to figure out.
Lewis, do you want your friend out of the box too?
Not yet.
I want to see what I can hear beyond this room.
Okay. Just kind of like a wide net you want to
Yeah.
cast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will have you add. I'll have you add 3 madness dice for that one.
Temporary.
Temporary madness, yep. Okay, that's 2 successes. As you kind of, the nausea passes, you have a quiet moment to yourself. Your mind reaches out. You've done this before. It was never on purpose. And you were never really sure it worked and you weren't imagining it. But as you kind of open your mind beyond the walls of this room, you hear humming. Just a jolly just
Quite jolly.
humming.
What's that noise?
You don't hear it, Marcus. It's only inside of Amelia's head.
Oh,
Unless you're talking about the footsteps.
yeah. Is there other people out there?
Yeah. I think I hear somebody outside the room. I can't be sure, guys.
Way to find out.
Jasper, how does this normally go?
Oh, it depends every time. But usually the sleepy people want to keep us. Which makes sense, I guess, because we're in a box. Well, we were in a box.
Yeah, I would.
Keep it a little quiet, then. Are there doors around here?
Yeah. As you look around, there's a small twin-size bed, neatly made up, kind of some faded navy, they look a little scratchy, blanket on top, tucked into the edges, like someone with great attention to detail has made that bed. There's the toy box. There's some blocks kind of stacked up on the floor, a backpack, 2 pairs of old used shoes, and 2 doors. One's one of those like accordion doors that you can guess goes to a closet, and the other is just a normal door, no lock or anything.
Any windows?
Yes, there is one single window with blinds and some just beige curtains.
I'm gonna try to sneak a peek outside, not like rip the curtains out of the way, but just kind of like edge them slightly. I need to say a better phrase than that.
Edge the curtains. Okay.
Every time it's vampire again.
Perv.
Good perv. And so
You kind of use a finger to like push the blinds off to the side and peer out, and it looks like it's maybe the sun just went down or the sun is about to come up. It's kind of that hazy twilight time. There's a little space of yard, and then the window and siding of another house.
What do you see?
Is it? Does my clock or does my watch work?
Your watch does work. It says 8:15, but it does not say AM or PM. If it does.
It's either night or morning, but nothing looks crazy outside. It looks just kind of suburban.
While all of that is happening, I want to set the doll up to like lean against the box because it registers in my brain as something. I've kind of gone off in I've got to figure out why it's familiar kind of moment.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of stuck at the moment.
It feels a little heavier than it did comparatively to when you were in the box, but you can easily maneuver it. The heaviest part are like the porcelain face and limbs. The body just seems like stuffing. As you prop it up against the side, its eyes pop open at you again, but it doesn't move.
Kind of like one of those dolls that close their eyes when you lay them down and open them when they're okay.
I'm gonna make my
This
way
is
out
so
of the house.
fucking surreal.
What'd you say, Jasper?
I'm making my way out of the box.
Going through the side?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like everybody else before you, the second your feet exit the box, the world turns upside down, inside out, and you are full-size man again.
I don't know what a grab-my-tron is, but it sucks.
It's a lot more fun with the bell. It's a lot more fun with the bells and lights and whistles and everything.
Hard pass.
Next time the fair comes by, I'll... Oh, okay, well, to each their own.
Marcus, buddy, where are you?
I think he's behind the,
I'm down here.
Well, just kind of stay there for a little bit, because the doll's a little bit bigger now, so I don't want you to come out and lose it.
Do we have any idea why Marcus is Marcus size instead of us size?
No idea.
Wait, what?
I will poke my head around the box. Hi.
How did you stay small?
I didn't want anyone to notice me.
Any particular reason?
I'm going for the door. Well, they're talking to Marcus.
People in town, when they notice me, they tend to be really mean to me.
As you head for the door, Jasper, anyone who's close-ish to the door can possibly hear like a man's jolly, upbeat voice saying, "Are those voices?"
New friend.
And then footsteps heading for your room.
Oh,
This is
crap.
gonna be a weird explanation.
Provided this is a talk.
Yeah, I mean it's the truth, so
Jasper,
Can't be so crazy.
Do these sleepy people look mostly like us?
It depends. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Well, they don't
The
look like
doorknob
that's what they look
turns.
like.
And the door opens. And there's a man standing out there. Big smiles, dimpled chin, a glass of apple juice in his hand. He's got a little Mr. Rogers sweater. Everything about him has this weird plasticky sheen. But he looks right at you. Well, hey, kids. How'd you get out of that box?
Good morning.
Oh,
You must be famished.
I could eat.
Well, come on now. We'll make our introductions.
leave the window.
I tentatively start going, intentionally not putting my back towards this person.
He leads the way through just the most perfectly average house. Beige walls, beige carpet, framed pictures on the walls. But you're pretty sure it's just the sample photos, the ones that come in the frames. Row after row of generic stock photo family pictures. Eventually, you get to a small kitchen with a small table, 4 chairs set up around it. And if any of you want to perhaps remember something, including Amelia, if you can give me a roll.
Mm-hmm.
No madness.
You can add madness always if you want to. Nice.
Am I able to see this person also make the roll?
Yeah, if you've peeked around the toy box from where you were hiding, you'd be able to see him, so you can. Okay, cool. Amelia, Marcus, and Lewis. This man is creepy. He's not quite right. But he does feel really familiar. Not like recent memory familiar. The feeling is coming from way, way back, but he seems pretty familiar. And Amelia, with your 3 successes, and since exhaustion dominated your roll, Amelia, out of permanent exhaustion, you think to yourself, oh, God, that's somebody's dad. Whose dad is that? That is somebody's dad.
I recognize him, guys. I don't.
Well, come on, kids. Don't be shy. Do you want some snacks? Some juice? Some soda?
Maybe
And as he
start with
opens up
me.
the fridge, just to show you what he's got, Sebastian, it is full of junk food.
You've
Again,
got
like an
my
8-year-old shopped for him.
You've got my fridge.
Well, can't be. This is my fridge.
I'm gonna bite a corner. whatever random corner I can find in this house. Sebastian says you've got my first. Jasper and me is like, oh.
Candy house.
As your teeth dig into the corner, all that hurts. It tastes dusty and it hurts.
Trips, why would you lie? Spit.
I'm not lying. Before I woke up in that box.
You said your house is made of candy.
Yeah, but I didn't say this is my house.
Candy? You kids want candy?
You just said this is your house.
No, I said he had my
Kids.
refrigerator.
Yeah,
Which would be in.
And not necessarily my house given current circumstances.
So Lewis, whatever my last name is. Nice to meet you.
He holds out a hand, gives a big firm shake. Look at you. You must be hungry. What do you want? You got some Pop-Tarts? You got some snack cakes? Come on, sit down. You've come a long way.
Yeah. Sir, may we ask your name?
Sure. My name's Arthur. And Amelia, that would be enough for you. Like, that's Robbie Bowen's dad. He was one of the kids who disappeared. You remember, he was toward the end. You don't remember if he was 6th or 7th. But you do remember that it was a huge scandal in the town when he left his wife. Maybe 3-4 years after the disappearances. Nobody ever saw him or heard from him again.
After
As he just extends hands to everybody else for handshakes and big smiles, little shoulder pats, maybe a little hair rub.
After he said his name and it jogged that memory, Bowen? Arthur Bowen?
That's me. What was your name again, kiddo?
You left. Nobody's seen you since.
Well, since what?
Since a few years after your son vanished. With everybody else.
Would any of us remember this scandal that you're referring to?
You would have heard something about it, besides Jasper. Everyone besides Jasper, those who were more in tune with kind of the vibe of the town. So probably Amelia, Lewis, maybe Sebastian, maybe you heard something about it. The scandal was that how could he just abandon his wife while they're still looking for his child? Did he have something to do with the disappearances? That's awfully suspicious. You might have heard rumors like that.
Right. Who left? What town is this?
What town is this? What's this toy town?
He's sleepy. Like Jasper leans over towards Lewis, is like, he's sleepy.
Do you have any coffee?
Oh, coffee's not good for kids. I've got juice. I know what you want.
Didn't you
He, like,
just
goes to his
offer a
fridge.
soda?
Grabs a can of Coke. But like the logo is weird. Like the swirls are the wrong way, the red's slightly off. Yeah. Hands that over to Lewis.
Jasper's just
That
gonna
look great.
palm that down away from Lewis. Just like
Oh, he's not going to drink it. He's still looking at the can. He's asking, does that look
Jasper's
like
just
anybody else?
making sure that his friend Lewis is gonna be
Oh, no.
safe.
Oh,
As you turn it to look at the whole can, like the nutritional information is wrong. Like it's like 70 milligrams of awesome, 50 milligrams
hell yeah.
of delicious.
Lewis, no!
slamming this motherfucker now.
This is back before they took the cocaine out.
Drink the hell out of that. In a different game that's
Sir.
not this one where we're with pervs.
Why were we in a toy box upstairs?
Well, because it's not safe to go around outside of Toyland. Out there is the
Why
Mad
not?
City. You don't want to go into the Mad City.
The Mad City.
The sleepy place.
The Mad City. You don't want to go out into the Mad City.
May I ask why not?
Well, there's things
Mad
out there.
City.
They'll hurt you. Reaching out to boop Sebastian on the nose.
Looking at the rest of my friends here, we all look the same as we did, right? We don't look like kids.
Nope, you, as far as you know, you look totally normal, except for Tiny Marcus.
Is there a mirror anywhere nearby? Or like a bathroom or
There's-
something?
Did you ask for the bathroom?
Yes.
You ask for the bathroom, he'll point you to it. Second door on the left, right down there.
Thank
Sometimes
you.
you gotta jiggle the handle.
Power walk.
Walk in. Super normal suburban bathroom. Little guest towels folded up to the side, little seashell soaps in a dish, and you looking like you expect to look.
During this whole bizarre interaction, Amelia is just kind of staring back between the bedroom that they came from and then back at Arthur, while it's starting to click that the doll was Alice's face. I am going to go back into the bedroom.
Okay.
Sir, how long have you lived in Toyland?
Long as I can remember. Happiest place on earth. Outside of the Mad City. You know, going to the Mad City.
Of course. I can't help but notice that there are chairs set for 4. Where's the rest of your family?
Well, I have everything I need.
Clearly so.
I got my boy. I got his
Oh?
friends.
Can we meet your son?
We already did.
Sure. As he's just smiling, heads back into the room Amelia's now in.
Marcus, where are you right now?
I've made my way around like the side of the toy box, and I'm just kind of like peeking out, watching y'all talk to this guy.
Oh, we were in a whole ass different room.
Is the doll still in the middle of the room I was in? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hiding from the doll. No. Hard no.
Don't blame me.
Marcus. This doll's face is your sister's. They're identical. It took me a while to figure it out. But that's Arthur Bowen. It's Robbie's dad in the other room.
Speaking of,
Hey, Jen.
Arthur wanders in.
Well, as soon as Arthur wanders far enough away, door, trying to leave.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Nothing's gonna stop you.
Someone come pick me up. Put me in your pocket or something.
Pick me up.
Help.
Arthur wanders in, back into the bedroom. Goes to the toy box. Works his way around Amelia and the big doll in the middle. Grabs out the Transformer boy. Lifts him up. He gets big. Sets him off to the side. Patting his head. This right here, this is my boy. Pride and joy. He's so smart.
I can tell.
You've met
Except
him.
for his father.
You kids all knew each other, right?
Refresh my memory.
What needs refreshing?
I'm trying to... For some reason, I'm blanking on your son's name.
What? Well, this is my boy Robbie.
Oh, of course. I apologize.
It's my boy Robbie.
Hello, Robbie.
Pride and joy. He's so smart.
How did he
I look
turn into a
I look
toy?
over to Amelia.
Well, it's because he tried to go into the Mad City. It's not safe. The shadow found him. Now he's nice and safe. Here with me.
It is a man's duty to keep his family safe. If I may ask, who is this? And I gesture towards the doll. I'm not sure we've met.
Which doll?
The female one?
Okay. I believe her name was Alexa.
Alice. Her name was
Alice. Her name was Alice.
Oh,
She tried to go into the Mad City.
But how did the
Not
kids
safe out
get
there.
here?
Well, someone brought him. Found him and brought him. After the shadow got him.
brought them to you. So you could
Yes.
keep them safe.
So I could keep them safe from the Mad City. Jasper,
Uh-huh.
you're just exiting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Look, I warned them not to
just
trust
continue.
people. If they want to sit and converse and hang out, that's on them.
There's no booby traps. It is literally the layout of 90% of suburban homes. It is just a normal house. You easily find the front door. You exit out onto a short little piece of lawn and then a long piece of sidewalk. Let me switch pictures. For you.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Just like Lewis saw out the door. It's kind of that weird twilight in between sunset or sunrise, somewhere in there. And as far as you can see, near identical houses, just house after house after house. All lined up, same porch lights all on, the same, more or less, decorations on the porch. Little cute pumpkins, maybe a spooky cartoon skeleton. Almost exactly the same.
This is hell. Walks to the right.
You start walking.
Huh?
How far do you go?
Until I'm stopped.
Okay. You get maybe... You know what? You're gonna be walking a while.
Okay. We have another hurt
you-
in chat.
Okay.
We got a break.
You walk a while.
Alright.
As you get to the end of this neighborhood row, there is a huge iron fence, 10, 12 feet high. You can see through it to the other side, but there's not really an easy way to climb it. It's got the base bars, and then it's just straight up.
What's
for
behind
maybe
it?
10 feet.
You said I could see through it. What's behind
More
it?
landscape,
Oh, more landscape?
more woods, landscape. Where you are, you don't see a road. The little sidewalk just basically takes a corner, and if you follow it, there's another row of houses.
Hell.
Row after row of houses.
All right, back the other way.
Go back toward the center.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna keep on going. Unless
Are you going,
until
like-
I'm stopped.
Are you going deeper into like the neighborhood, or are you kind of skirting the edge of the gate, the fence?
Oh, no, I'm going back towards Arthur's house and then like going left instead of
Continuing.
right. I'm continuing on to see what's at the other side, the other end.
Okay. More houses. You come across a playground. It's obscenely large. Like the playground of your dreams. Huge slides, monkey bars spanning yards and yards. The ground has that kind of like ground up rubber texture, so if you fall off, you're not going to hurt yourself. Swings that go up so high, you could probably flip completely over the bar if you really wanted to. There's one of those teeter-totters.
Okay. Arthur said that the Mad City's around if you leave the neighborhood. So I'm looking to see if I'm looking for signs of city.
Okay. Okay. You pass the playground. There's more lines of houses until you reach a fence again. This time, we'll just say you follow the fence along for a little while, but eventually you come to a gate. Also huge, also seemingly difficult, if not impossible, to climb. But past this gate is a road leading through some trees to what you see kind of like the silhouette of what you can imagine is a city. The only thing that really looms over the tree line is a single building.
Is that my internet?
Sort of a pointed roof at the very, very top. Like a bell tower, but wider.
Okay.
Okay. Back to the house.
Pan back over. House is in flames. Everybody's running.
Going through his bathroom. I'm gonna use the bathroom because handling business. Well, we're gonna just looking to see like if there's anything in here that's just normal, or not normal, but stands out.
In the bathroom?
Yeah, like a medicine cabinet or something.
You open that, classic medicine cabinet behind the mirror, and there are pill bottles. But if you kind of pick one up to look inside of it, like, that's Tic Tacs, that's Skittles, that's M&Ms.
These ain't medicine at all. Does
Space.
water come out of the faucet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, no, we gotta get out of here. Can't just leave them there, though. Let's see if this dude is friendly as he seems. He'll let us wander about. That'll work. If not, there's more of us. We can overpower him. Weird guy. Exit the bathroom and listen for talking.
What are you guys doing in the toy box room?
Externally, trying to have a calm conversation. Internally, running around like Kermit the Frog, waving my arms in the air and screaming. Because, oh my fucking god.
How big or little did Marcus make himself?
It's about a foot tall. And I totally forgot about that hurt, so we're doing it now. Amelia, you realize the hard way that you still have your madness power up as just the clang of a sudden migraine echoes through your brain. It's kind of weird because you, besides the humming, you didn't pick up anything else from Arthur. But your eyes have to squeeze shut against the light because it is too painful to see.
You okay?
No, it hurts. All of a sudden, it's too bright in here. And I'm gonna start to like leave the room.
You need to lay down? Have you eaten? Did you eat today? Arthur kind of moves to block her exit, just sort of hovering.
You know, if the lights are too bright, maybe going outside where it's dimmer might help.
I think I just need some fresh air, and I think the dimmer light will be a lot better.
Oh, I wouldn't go out there. There's a lot of things that are out there to keep you from the Mad City.
I'm gonna just walk. Like, I'm just gonna like spin around to get around him to start heading out.
I'm here to keep you safe from the Mad City.
But you said there's already stuff outside to keep us safe. So what's the problem?
Sometimes they hurt you to help you. Don't go into the Mad
I'm
City.
sorry, can you repeat that?
Sometimes they hurt you to help you.
Ah.
He never
going to make
touches
something
you,
very
Amelia.
Happen.
He's just physically in your way. So when you kind of swerve to go around him, he'll try to move to get in your way, but he is not going to physically touch you.
So I'm just going to power my way through the door. If he's making it so he's not actively trying to reach out for me, I'm just going to do that crowd bob and weave where you just try to force your way through somebody just to get out of the...
You kind of hip check him as you squeeze past the door, and he teeters. Like his legs don't move like they really should. He teeters, but he doesn't fall. He kind of takes a stutter step backwards and then moves to position himself back in the door. You've made it past him.
I'm gonna head for the front door just for the fresh air and the darker environment.
There is nothing else that will stop you.
The front door's wide open.
Mhm.
I sort of glance over at Lewis with you about ready to get out of here, look?
I wasn't in the room. I was in the bathroom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you would come back in by now. I apologize.
He's investigating.
All right.
Hmm?
Well. Okay, where in the U.S. is this town that we're actually from?
The town you are from is in Maine. Wisteria, Maine.
Okay. In that case, I will try to do this in the most Maine way I can. I look around, I slap my legs. Well, I can clearly see that, I think we may have taken up a bit too much of your time, but thank you very much, sir, for your hospitality. I'm gonna go check on my friends and see how, make sure that they're okay.
Oh,
Marcus, would you care to join me?
you're not just a guest. You're welcome here. You're welcome to stay. You should stay.
Please get me out of here.
Don't go out there.
Said whelp and slapped his thighs.
Please get me out of here.
I'm hungry. You've come a long way. Do you want a snack?
Not
Want some juice?
especially, but no, thank you. I feel like we've intruded on your hospitality.
You know what I think?
And
I think you need a nap.
I take Marcus's hand.
This is tiny,
If
tiny
you need a
hand.
nap,
Shaking hands with a squirrel.
Yes. I try to take
this
Marcus's
time
hand.
he's gonna grab Sebastian by the arm. His face
Oh,
darkening just a little. Big smile still. Eyebrows arched up to peaks. Just the
You should put him
The
back up. You
friendliest
should
face
put
you
him back up. That way they get the full experience.
and he says, if you need to nap, you do it now. If you fall asleep out there, no one can help you. So, little pat on the arm as he straightens up, jolly again. I got a spare bedroom. If you don't want to go back in the box, there's a bed right there. Got some couch space. What do you say?
No, thank you. And I begin to walk past him,
That's the wrong answer.
fully expecting him to try to grab me and be ready to throw an elbow.
He does not grab you.
I take Marcus and start walking out the door. Do we encounter Lewis on the way? Is he out of the bathroom at this point?
If he wants to be.
oh yeah.
Does he want to?
As I legs to the bathroom and head towards the sound of talking.
Lewis, we're gonna head out and go check on our friends, shall we?
Lead on.
And walk out the front door, barring anyone trying to physically stop us.
No one physically stops you. Amelia, do you stay kind of on the porch or have you wandered?
No, I've stayed right outside the porch.
Then you wander right into Amelia. You look left, look right, and is that row of near identical houses.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Any opinions on which way to go?
Anybody see Jasper?
These houses always look the same. Oh, they always kind of look samey, but these
This is cookie cutter.
are the exact same
Like
houses.
literally cookie cutter.
Hmm.
This is honestly like something straight out of my nightmares.
Hmm.
Tell you, okay, which direction is it darker, left or right?
You can't tell.
Okay.
From
Tell you,
what you can presume is north to south, east to west, it is the same level of twilight.
in that case, Jen, can you flip a coin?
Sure.
Let's say that tails is left and heads is right. Or evens odds.
Okay.
Let's say evens is left, odds are right.
Heads.
Okay. So we go right. That way? I gesture to the right.
You can put me down now.
Oh, sorry. I put him down on the street. Or the sidewalk, excuse me.
Can I get normal sized again?
You can get normal size. I'll say returning to your natural form is just something you can do.
Back to Hamid.
I'm gonna
Basically.
ask again if anybody has seen Jasper.
Is that the weird one who was like standing in the shadows?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say more eccentric than weird. Yes.
Experienced in this particular instance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we should wander anywhere without Jasper.
I'm more afraid of that guy walking out of this house.
If you look back, you can see Arthur's face in the window, staring out at you. Still smiling. But angry?
This is the most
Yeah, get
waspy
away from that.
fucking neighbor.
Amy, all right?
No.
Seem kind of.
My head's killing.
Mm.
I
Anybody
didn't have
have
my
an
sister
aspirin?
back there.
Ibuprofen? Bill?
Well, I'll tell you who doesn't. That guy.
What do you mean?
Little quick snoop. Not polite, but weird circumstances. Yeah, his medicine cabinet's full of candy.
Well, to be fair, so is everything else, it would seem, except the wall that Jasper bit. Which is somehow my fault. I'm still trying to work that one out.
You,
I mean, it is your house that melted. I
Yeah.
can see the jump in logic.
your fridge is in your
Well, I'm
house, which makes sense.
Well, that fridge, like the night my house melted, or should I say an hour ago, however the hell long it actually has been, was that exactly what was in there was what was in my fridge. Not my real fridge, of course, but in the fridge that I found in my house before it started melting.
I think candy's better than plastic.
Don't look at. Can I see into the backyard?
Yeah, sure. There's not fences between the houses or anything like that. It's pretty open. Back there, there's like neat little brick edgings, like some gravel, like a large green open space for maybe kids to play. Nothing really stands out at all. And as you turn your head left and right, again, it's the same thing every house.
No sheds.
No sheds.
Okay.
I blame the HOA.
Might be an exit point, but nah, shedless.
Every man needs a shed.
I'm
You don't
gonna
even see any lawn care items, and none of these houses have garages. So that might strike you as kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna you know how playgrounds have like the spinny things that you can like run and jump.
Merry-go-round.
Yeah, Jasper's just gonna
The arm breaker.
Jasper's gonna play on one of those. He's just gonna like lightly like spin himself while sitting on it.
I'd really like to wake up from this dream now. This is bullshit.
And since there's no one else that you can see right now in this neighborhood, you can probably actually hear the very faint, like metallic squeak of the playground equipment way off beyond your immediate rows of houses.
Y'all hear that?
I hear everything right now.
That's weird.
Sorry.
That's a weird way to say that. But yeah, migraines, I guess.
I start whispering. Sorry. Is this better?
Not really. Let's just find the sound. It's louder that way.
Okay.
He's gonna point off to the left, where he went,
All right.
or the sound is, rather.
Heading.
Heading.
You head off that way, kind of using the sound as breadcrumbs to make your way eventually to the playground. Again, there's rows and rows of these nearly identical houses. But eventually you come to this huge, sprawling McMansion of a playground. And Jasper's sitting there. Yes, what's up?
No, did we see any other people like in the windows or whatever as we were walking?
Nope.
Okay.
Some of them had lights on, some of them didn't. So maybe there was someone in there,
And we
but you
don't-
never saw an actual human figure.
Well, technically we haven't yet.
And there's Jasper, spinning around on the playground equipment. All by himself.
Want some company?
Sure. Hop on.
Mind if I jump on?
Yeah.
Why are we playing on the creepy playground equipment in the dream space?
Because I'm waiting on you guys.
I sort of speed it up a little bit and jump on.
Too fast. Too fast. Don't like.
I drag a foot.
So, how are you guys liking Toyland?
How do you
Not
know
great.
so much about this place?
What?
This is every stereotypic trope in that.
What was that, Marcus?
How do you know so much about this place?
I don't know about this place in particular, and he'll wait for when it turns to where he knows the city was at. Like, but I know that one.
All right,
That one
look.
being
Oh,
the Mad
where,
City.
That's, yes, the sleepy place. I mean, we're currently in the sleepy place, but you know, like the sleepy place.
Downtown sleepy place.
Sure.
Okay, but how do we go home? Like, I have to work tomorrow.
Marcus, I hate to harp on this, but you've had to work the past couple days.
No, I got off work and I went home and I laid down and then I thought it was a dream about the doll trying to
And Sebastian
choke me
had
out.
Sebastian had a really bad date, and then his house turned into candy and was melting. Amelia had dinner with her dead family, and Lewis's workshop attacked him.
Yeah, that sounds pretty much right.
Yeah.
And then they ended up here, just like you did.
But
So-
why?
I don't know. It probably is either tied to some kind of past trauma, maybe, given that, you know, apparently Amelia thinks that the doll was your sister, and I'm guessing your sister was one of the kids that disappeared forever ago. So, like, it's probably something tied to that. If I was a guessing person, again, this is just a guess, Arthur likes to collect sets. And, well,
And he needed 5 more
I don't know.
to complete the set.
Again, I don't know. I mean, was your sister friends with his son?
I
Way
assume
back-
he's talking to you because I don't have a sister.
I mean, my sister disappeared when all the other kids disappeared.
Yeah, just disappeared. That's great. But again, what was her name again, Amelia?
Alice.
Alice.
Was Alice friends with Robbie?
Was Alice friends with Robbie, Jen?
They were in the same class together a year or two. They were about the same age. She didn't bring him home to play with him or go to his birthday parties, but they knew each other.
I wouldn't say they were like friends, but they were in the same class together.
Then I don't know. But I don't know. It's just a word.
Off from one of the side streets. And like one of those little lulls between conversation pieces, you can hear a weird, quiet clatter.
A quiet clatter?
If you look around, you don't see anything.
Sounds like I'd have a Christmas song.
So like a clattering sound that's quiet and or distant.
Quiet or distant, just a little.
So if we took a right off the porch, that leads us to the woods and a giant gate. If we keep going down that way, that leads to a road, which will take us to the city. Goes through some woods, but the gate is massive. So Marcus, I know you can make yourself really small. Can you make yourself really big?
I don't know if I actually like did the thing to make myself small. I just didn't want. I didn't like that space, and I didn't want to be there, so I made myself small and unobtrusive in my head.
Jasper is going to put one hand on each of Marcus's shoulders. I'm going to need you to embrace wanting to be seen.
No.
Marcus. Trust me.
No, because when people see me, they're always mean to me because they think I got rid of my sister.
Speaking of, from around the corner of one of these row of houses,
The doll.
you hear, "Halt, citizens."
This is anything other than like the royal guard in Beefeater regalia. I am going to just. I turn and look.
Marcus, I need you to get big. I need you to do it. I need you to get big.
Citizens, return to your houses.
I need you to get big.
And as you turn
and
to look,
fuck up this toy nightmare so bad.
there are 4 men. It's like they were dripping in green plastic.
My crazy isn't for
Faceless,
fighting.
really, just smears
Yours
where features
can
used to be.
Yours can be.
Marching toward the playground.
Embrace the crazy, Marcus. Embrace your crazy.
Marcus,
Those army men?
Citizens, halt.
I really think so.
As they creep forward.
I have diplomatic immunity.
Return to your houses.
Marcus is going to embrace being big.
Be seen. Be loud.
How big?
Godzilla! Godzilla!
The size of a house.
Okay. 6 madness dice.
That's 5 successes?
Yeah. So as you focus and you think, trying to tap back into that weird off-kilter feeling that got you small to begin with, the weird social pressure of Jasper's staring gaze fueling you on, You feel your bones creak, your flesh stretch, and the world shrink beneath you as you rise and rise above the edge of the playground.
Backing up.
Your clothes also growing with you, so it's not like you're being strangled in your t-shirt. But as soon as you stop growing, you have immediate regrets. There are these soldiers telling you to return to your houses. You're not doing what they say. They can see you. They know you're there. And everybody else is going to be ignored, and you're going to be the one to pay for this. I'm going to need you to mark off another response.
We fight.
Flee or fight. And respond accordingly.
Always been the little man. Now I'm the big man.
Marcus, think about all the people that have been mean to you and judged you and everything. I believe in you. You're gonna be great.
Large citizen, return to your normal size and return to your houses.
Like that scene in Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Just a Jiminy.
And just kick.
Conscious.
Just whole ass house slipper kick.
Okay. I will have you roll for that. I'm going to be rolling, let's see, 4 against you.
That's 4 asses need kicking, plus how much madness minus divide by.
Pie.
Do you want to?
Yeah, in that guy's house. Go back and get
Just get
some.
advantage because it's
Do you-
Jasper's pep.
Do you want to add an
Ready,
exhaustion, like a permanent exhaustion for?
Yeah.
Okay, so add 1 permanent exhaustion or however many you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but they do stick around. You can also add temporary madness voluntarily if you would like more dice. But you know what happens.
Does he get any assistance from my pep talk?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I was
besides
about to
the
ask.
role play.
Okay.
Besides the role play
I was
effect.
just checking. Marcus seems like the type that doesn't normally get positive reinforcement. That's all I'm saying.
It does cheering him on make him kick harder?
No.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Because that is awesome, and it's on my side.
Can't say I'm also not stoked on him right now. That is the raddest shit.
You pull back a leg. You rocket it toward this group of toy soldiers. 2 of them hit fine. They go hurtling off into a neighboring yard. The other 2, you miss. As they pull out what you are pretty sure are plastic guns. And they immediately start shooting at you. The bullets are small, but they're powerful enough to zing through the fabric of your pants and sting as they hit your shins.
Are they yelling bang bang?
Pow.
They're not yelling bang bang, but they are saying, return to your normal size, citizen.
No.
Yeah, you tell him.
Tell you what to
It
do.
is not safe outside of your homes. Return to your homes. As the 2 that flew into a neighboring yard are like stiffly scrabbling to their feet. Yep, we have another hurt. Ashley.
So these are green army
Ashley, I
men,
found
right?
you right here.
These are Green Army men.
I would like to use my madness talent.
Okay. Amelia, as they are firing just openly at Marcus's legs. You catch a stray bullet to the arm. You are significantly smaller than Marcus is. It stings, it bruises, it sinks like maybe an inch or so into your flesh and immediately starts oozing some blood. It's just, if you kind of like look at it and maybe try to dig it out, it is just a plastic green pellet. But that hurt.
Oh.
Why am I getting shot?
Man, I don't know.
Well, then Ashley.
You're getting shot because Ashley redeemed a random harm.
Green Army, Ashley.
Because the brick.
I'm going to duck behind whatever play equipment bench I can and work on getting the pellet out of my arm.
There are plenty of things to duck behind. There's slides and like rope ladders and teeter-totters and
Marcus,
everything.
did you just squish them already? This hurts.
Working on it.
Let me know when you
You're
want
doing
me
great.
Let me know when you want me to describe what I'm doing with my power, Jen.
Okay. What would you like to do?
So they are Green Army men, correct?
Yes.
And we are in the playground where there's sand and stuff, right? Nice beigey sand. And you know who the mortal enemy of Green Army men are? The Beige Army men.
These army men.
Oh my God.
Is that the playground ground is like that ground up like rubber that's kind of blackish gray?
Oh, well, that's
The
lame.
sandbox isn't.
The sandbox. There's a sandbox, right?
There's
gotta
a
be.
sandbox. The whole thing is not sand, but there is a sandbox.
Cool. From the sandbox, then. The mortal enemies
You are-
of Green Army men.
So you are creating beige army men.
Yep.
How many?
4.
That'll be
Give him a tank.
8 madness dice.
Let's go.
4 full-sized illusions coming up.
So 8 extra madness, is that what I'm doing?
Yep.
No, if you want to be crazy, let's be crazy.
Oh my God.
As you focus on the sandbox, and everybody can see this. It's not just him. Anyone who's looking.
Oh yeah,
can see
Jasper's
this.
literally like evil mastermind
sand.
hands out.
This sand starts to bubble and writhe and rise up from where it is, like it's partially liquid as it starts to form these full-size figures from the feet up. 8 feet, 8 legs, working its way up until it's capped off with similar faceless faces, just grainy smears where features should be. And because madness dominated, Jasper, you suddenly feel yourself surge with a sense of power. You knew you could make things out of nothing, but you didn't know you could be this powerful. You didn't know you could do this much. You just created 4 full-size beings out of nothing, and that was all you. And as the weight of this power sinks into your bones, I need you to mark off one of those responses. It's either going to be fight or flee.
Okay.
And I need you to react to this sudden, unexpected, really, surge of potentially ultimate power that you feel coursing through your body.
Onward, soldiers, to war. Toy Town will be ours.
Okay, that's
And
a
they-
reaction.
They start marching. Where do are you directing them at the Green Army men?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Marcus has got the two out of the street. I'm directing our 4 new friends towards the 2 that have been kicked aside already.
Okay. So they start marching past the 2 still up, just leaving like little grainy piles of sand in their wake. But you can hear their boots hit the floor. You can hear like the scratchiness of their limbs as they march across this playground, heading into the neighbor's yard.
I'm gonna turn to look back at Louis, Amelia, and Sebastian. It's like, see? We can do things here. Awesome things. I was trying to tell you in the box. It's like, you just gotta harness you. And if you harness what you are on the inside, we can get out of here. We can stop these bad things.
How?
No response.
How? I don't know. What's your crazy? Find your crazy.
How would I know what it is?
No one knows you better than you. No one knows you better than you, Sebastian. Come on. Marcus.
The green
Marcus
guys
is
are still opening fire on Marcus.
Yep. Marcus,
shooting indiscriminately
Marcus
in
is
his
shy.
direction.
Marcus is shy. He doesn't want to be seen. He can make himself small if he embraces who he is and the fact that he has friends now that aren't going to judge him. He can do this. Imagine what you can do. What's your hang-ups? What hurts you? Like what is it your crippling loneliness? I don't know, Sebastian. You tell me.
Marcus, what are you doing?
I'm trying to like grab one of these guys. I'm just gonna scoop him up and I'm gonna just like stick him in the nearest lamppost, like head first.
Okay.
Marcus,
all
the
right,
beige
you're just going after one of
one.
them?
Marcus, the beige ones are on our side.
The beige ones are easily keeping the 2 neighborhood green guys occupied. They are brawling. No one really seems to be getting hurt, but they are fully occupied. You're just picking one of them up, Marcus? Because you could probably, you could get them both.
I'll grab both of them.
Yeah.
They're gonna find out, like, plastic is a very poor conductor, but it should be hot enough to melt them.
So I will be rolling 4 dice against you.
Fuck.
Might still be okay, you know. We'll see. You're still okay. So you managed to pick them up. They are resistant to this action, highly resistant to this action. They twitch and squirm and flop, and as you reach to jab them into a lamppost, you go a little too far. You don't know your own strength. And you feel the jolt of electricity coursing through your hand, up your forearm, into your elbow. It ricochets off of your shoulder. And your fist clenches down like you just can't let go.
We have a heal redeem in chat.
We got 2. No, we got 3.
Not where I saw this going tonight.
And here we are.
Dayquil Brain is here for it, though.
Jasper's proud
Trademark
of you.
DM mommy.
3.
Okay. Lewis, as you're just kind of standing there,
Trying to stay out of shooting and stomping.
just watching this absurd, surrealist toy box nightmare right in front of you. A little kitty cat roams up to you, sliding in figure eights around your ankles. It doesn't look real. It has those huge stuffed animal eyes. It's just glassy and plastic. And it moves in a way that you're not really sure there are bones in there. It's really the first thing you've seen alive, besides you and Arthur. And the army men.
Mm-hmm.
This whole time.
And the dog.
And the dog. And after a second, it settles down and curls up on your feet. You can feel the warmth sink in. And more than that, after a minute, your foot doesn't hurt anymore.
Hey. Reach down to pick him up. You gotta be careful, little friend. You can't be here.
You just hear him purring, but it's like kind of tinny, like it's recorded.
So you come with me for a bit, little cat.
Nuzzles in,
Is it a black
kind
cat?
of writhing more than moving.
Is it a black cat?
It's black with a little white on its chest.
Lewis, be careful that it's not a shadow. Otherwise, that's a cute kitty.
Like I was gonna do something, done something. Holding the cat. Trying to stay out of gunfire.
Trying
What's
to
everybody else
figure out.
doing?
I'm trying to figure out how to respond to, Jasper basically walking up and smacking me in the face with a 2x4 made of my own insecurities.
I don't think I have a heal for that, so
No, this is that emotional damage.
I'll do something about it.
Damage.
Well,
Marcus, after a few seconds, your entire body twitches and you can stumble backwards away from the lamp. But your palm is singed, like the muscles in your arm are still twitching. And it kind of surprises you because everything else around here has seemed so whimsical and innocent and childlike that really hurt.
Not a dream. Not a dream.
I
I
told you.
can't feel pain in dreams.
Told you.
that makes this even more awesome, doesn't it?
No.
You're doing
Why
great,
not?
Marcus. You're doing great.
On the bright side, dude. You're the size of a house.
And kicking serious ass.
And there's
Plus,
4
not
people
gonna
here
lie.
who see you and are not being mean to you. We're taking baby steps, my guy.
And even right now, your size baby steps are fucking football fields. I sort of turn to Jasper. I don't know what makes me me. I don't know who me is. I lived in the shadow of every damn person's expectations of a person who's dead. For all I know, he's here. I don't know what me does.
Okay.
Me tries to find some reason to keep
Look,
on moving.
I mean, I've got like a decade of experience with this kind. So if you don't know, let's try this. Let's try this then. Could be, again, could totally be wrong. I don't really know you that well, new friend. But what would he do then?
Something amazing and miraculous and perfect, and just
Like
turn
what?
everyone away with a single word.
Like what? Show us what he would do.
I don't.
What would he do? What would he do? Less thinking, more doing. Come on.
He'd snap
Meanwhile,
his
the-
fingers and
The green and the beige army men are still just going at it in the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Yep.
he'd snap his fingers and tell these Green Army men, "You can't see us. Go away."
Then don't show me, do it.
Okay. Feeling quite self-conscious and extremely silly right now. Green guys, leave us alone. Feeling incredibly lame and stupid. But I guess...
Watching the green guys.
Which ones are you talking to? The ones that are half melted or the ones being occupied by the beige dudes?
The ones
Or are
being
you just
occupied by...
talking into the airs?
I was aiming, if this is such a thing that can be aimed, I was aiming it at the two that were still whole.
The ones
So-
that are still fighting?
Yeah, fighting the beige dudes.
Okay.
You know, the
I'm
good
guessing
guys.
you're using your madness talent?
Yes.
Good job,
Okay.
Jasper.
Because they are kind of occupied, not paying you full attention, I'm going to say I'm going to roll 2 dice for each. So you're going to add you're going to add 5 madness dice because they are not really in any way paying you attention right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll 4.
Does
for
this
that.
add to my permanent madness or...
Not permanent. It's going to be temporary.
Okay. Okay, just making sure.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Hell yeah, Trips.
Damn. Damn. Okay. Okay. So you definitely succeed. What exactly do you tell them?
I told in the most, I'm, inside I'm effectively 7 and I am lame as holy fuck. I said, go away, because I, 1, didn't think it would work, and 2, again, I have the emotional maturity of a 7-year-old. So,
You realize
go away.
as you say it, you've seen enough weird stuff tonight that there's definitely part of you that at least thought maybe that's gonna work. And
There was a part of me that wanted to be surprised.
as the words leave your mouth, there's just the slightest delay. And for just a second, just enough to make you think, see, I fucking told you. But then they stop fighting. They go still and stiff. The beige are still going at it. They're still like punching sandy fists at the plastic faces. But the green men turn on a heel and start clip-clopping away. And as you watch that happen, 2 thoughts go through your mind at the same time. The first is, I can't fucking believe that worked. What the hell is happening? But the second is, this could make my life so much easier. If I could just make anybody do what I want them to do, I wouldn't have all the problems. I wouldn't be alone. I wouldn't be wondering if people want to be with me. I could just make them want to be with me. I could just make them want to be my friends. And the darkness of that thought strikes a chord in you.
Terrifies me.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize just for a second, like, oh, that is not a thought a good person would have.
But it feels so damn good. And I hate that it feels so damn good.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate beyond words that the only way to turn this damn power on is to pretend to be the one person on this planet I hate more than anyone else.
Embrace your hatred. Marcus! Marcus!
Dude.
Marcus,
What?
you did awesome. And not to steal from you or anything, but again, like the fence and gate is really big, so uppies.
I will like lean down and like just place my palm, like the back of my hand against the sidewalk, so my palm is facing up. Say, everyone on.
Jasper hops on, looks at his beige soldiers. It's like, go to Arthur's house and trash it. And then sits down in Marcus's hand.
They start walking off. You lose sight of them after a couple of houses, really. So you don't know if they actually made it there, but they do start walking off.
I believe in my soldiers.
Yeah. Me and the cat getting on board.
I'm in something of a like internal feud war with myself as I get on, and I don't really talk to anybody.
I just want to say, I'm proud of you guys. You're doing great for your first time here.
I really wanted
Thank
this
you.
to be a dream.
Thank you, I think.
You're welcome.
I think we all want this to be a dream.
Yeah, but the problem, what if
We do?
what if it's not?
It's not.
Because if it's not,
I'm telling you, it's not.
Yeah.
When are you guys going to start listening to me?
It's definitely not, because that
At this point, you
electrocution
have to believe
hurt.
Jasper. Everything he has
No,
said
I-
at this point has been kind of spot on.
I'm not
Louis,
disagreeing.
after-
It's-
In here.
As you're arguing at the gate, or about the gate, the
3
cat
steps away.
hops out of your arms, weaves its
Oh.
way, doughy, squishy way over to Amelia, and starts winding around her ankles as well.
Immediately picks up and cuddles the weird ass looking cat because it is cat shaped.
It bonelessly headbutts your face, and your migraine is gone.
If not friend, then why friend shaped?
If not friend, friendship.
So do we want to go into the woods
Where
or do we
did
want to
you
head to
get-
the city?
How do we go home?
There's a couple of different ways.
What's the fastest way?
The fastest way would be going through a door.
I sensed there was a capital D on that word door.
I mean, technically it's all caps.
Oh. Okay.
It's not the safest way, but it's the fastest way.
What's the
That's
safest?
just why.
Safest way would be sneaking our way through the city.
I take it you've been in the city?
No, not me.
Ooh.
Yes, me, Amelia. Jeez.
For this one, Jasper, are you?
Do you want me to?
I do.
'Cause
Do you want to
I-
do minor or do you want to do the major use?
We'll do major.
Major. Okay, so add an exhaustion.
So permanent exhaustion,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
Yep.
And boop.
Okay. I'm gonna. Does anyone feel like they have a reason not to believe him?
They were just saying I've been right every step of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at this point Marcus trusts Jasper more than anyone else here.
Okay.
My friends and
At this
Amelia.
point,
Then yeah, it checks out.
I think that's about true. Yeah.
He knew what direction the city was in. He points it out. There it is. This guy can definitely get you where you're going.
Cool with the city.
No, the city.
So,
is,
like, are we going over the gate, or am I kicking it down?
Don't kick it down. I don't want you to hurt yourself anymore.
Yeah, my hand really hurts.
We're going to need to be strong if we're going into the city.
Speaking of that, I look over at Amelia's shoulder. Did you actually get that bullet out, or is it still there?
Did I, while hiding behind said bench or plaything, get that out of my shoulder?
You had plenty of time. So, and it wasn't in there terribly deep. So if you had the fortitude to kind of dig around for just a second or so, you could have easily popped it out.
No, I got it. Just a flesh wound.
What else is it going to be? A bone wound?
You're gonna hurt your bones, dude.
I know, but you don't normally call them a bone wound. Jasper, I have to ask something.
Do you?
I feel obligated to.
Okay.
Do our powers work on everyone, or do they just work on people here? Like people from the Mad City?
I don't know. I don't really try to use my powers on the people that keep me alive. That'd be pretty evil.
Yeah. Kind of why I'm asking.
I've used it on like a bad orderly like 5 years ago, but like I don't know what happened to him, but he stopped coming to work. But it was okay. He was bad. He wasn't good at his job. He was mean. Looks at Amelia as he says he was mean. Right, so let's, Marcus, if you could climb over the fence. We're not gonna have you hurt yourself on the fence. And then go back to normal size.
Big steppy.
The biggest. So far. I believe him. I can believe he can do the biggest steppy.
Since we didn't really specify how many floors there are and the size of the house he is, I'm just gonna say it's one of those 2 stories, and he can just kind of right over, no problem. He catches the the seat of his pants as he skims the top of it, ripping a little hole.
Oh man, these are my good sweatpants.
But you're over the fence,
Mm-hmm. Good job.
safely on the other side.
Out of that.
You did great, Marcus.
Thanks, y'all. I'm gonna set everyone down and then make myself small again. Not small, normal size.
I was
Normal size.
I literally was about to ask, like, normal people size or like small?
Back to the squirrel.
I carried you, you carry me.
So, like, if I can make myself big and small, do you think I could change other things?
That's gross, Marcus.
Not like that, you perv.
You are beautiful just the way you are, and you shouldn't change anything about yourself.
Don't tall. That shit's sick.
What were you trying to say, Marcus?
Like, okay, so like, cause you know I work at the video store. I watch a lot of movies. Could I like turn myself into like a Saturday night like creature feature monster, like a werewolf or something?
I honestly don't have any idea. It seems like your powers are more like focused on you and are tied to like your whole like repression of self, as well as like not wanting to be seen and you know that stuff. But I mean, if you want to be seen as like a monster, like I mean, you wanted to be seen as big.
I
So
mean,
I don't.
it just seems like it would have come in handy.
I mean, if you make yourself, you made yourself want to be seen as a big thing, maybe you can make yourself be seen as like a werewolf. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. You're crazy. I'm sorry.
Would you like to try?
You seem to have a pretty good handle on his crazy. Everyone's crazy, for that matter.
No, I don't
since
have
we're
you and
about to
Lewis. I don't
go
have
down-
you and Lewis pegged. You guys haven't really talked about yourselves that much.
Before we go into the Mad City, do we want to experiment with that?
Might be handy.
Maybe.
So we have make stuff, tell people to do stuff, size shape change, make question mark on shape change, and 2 yet to be discovered psychoses.
You know, when you put it that way,
Can we not call them that? Like, it feels like...
But that's what we are.
no, that's what my therapist calls it.
And Marcus, you might actually finally notice that Jasper is wearing like full on like ward gown and pants.
Everything makes so much more sense.
Does it? Everything?
Oh, I mean, in regards to like Jasper.
So who wants to experiment?
I'm gonna lean in to Marcus and just whisper slightly, they said I killed my brother too. I didn't, but that's what they said. And then they sent me away. Because I saw, and they said I was crazy. And I'll like look around towards the city, back towards Toy Town. I'm not crazy.
I don't think
No.
any of us are crazy.
Okay, I'm a little crazy, but not about that.
I think I'm like lower C crazy, not capital C crazy.
Okay,
Well, if you're here.
Amelia,
My therapist
Lewis,
doesn't let me say that
Amelia,
way.
Lewis, what are your guys' hang-ups?
I think too much. And I'm always really curious about things. I was always trying to figure out how things worked.
Oh, like Siler?
And then after... Heroes reference? Is that a Heroes reference?
It was. We don't get
Okay.
many. We don't get many channels on the TV.
No, that show was
What
really good right
heroes?
up until the writer's strike.
So for one
Yeah.
season.
Mm-hmm. But I don't go into people's brains. I don't think that's.
I mean,
I don't think
maybe.
that's my
Well,
thing.
well, no, but like Siler's
Amelia
power.
gets very uncomfortable very
No,
quickly.
Siler's power was knowing and understanding how things work. It wasn't the brain. He had to go into their brains to like figure out how their powers work. But like his general
Yeah.
overall power was knowing how things work. Maybe it's something like that. I mean, if you're curious and like always trying to fix stuff, it might be something like that. That doesn't sound. Well, I mean, it's maybe a little obsessive.
Yeah, definitely obsessive. But I took that dog apart real easy.
A burning need to understand for some reason.
Well, yeah, it's when
Amelia,
when everybody went missing.
Amelia, are you okay? Are you as
Yeah,
okay as
yeah,
you are you as okay as you can be in this current situation?
Yes, as okay as we can be right now. Amelia, at the mention of going into people's heads,
Yep.
got really, really quiet and focused on the flesh mound of a cat that we currently have with us. And is just kind of letting Lewis do a lot of the talking.
Yeah. He's starting to ramble as it's literally, quite literally, to actively talking through his thoughts of just going, hyperfixating, focusing on what it was, and just. There were questions. Nobody would give him answers. They stopped even acknowledging the questions.
Which question?
You gotta figure this out. Somebody's gotta figure this out. Just thinking very hard, just talking, thinking, speeding up.
Someone
Do you
Moving his hands
actually
confidently.
Do you actually want to demonstrate your madness talent?
Yes.
Okay.
While he's moving his hands and thinking.
Just inadvertent, I will say you can do something, just adding one, if you would like.
Okay.
You can,
So
I will
extra
tell you
madness
what, you
will
can
just
add
be
as
one
many
die?
as you want, and the effect will echo the number of dice you add.
The hyperfixation is going. We're gonna say he's ramping up. We're gonna do 3.
Okay.
Extra madness 3. Submit.
Hey.
All right. So as you're spiraling into this whole like abyss of fixation, you're trying to work out like what went wrong, what you can do, what happened in the box, like what possibly your madness talent could be. As your hands are going and your brain is going, sparks fly from your fingertips. You manage to close your fists fast enough and cut it off before anyone
Jasper's
gets hurt. Anything
Jasper's
sets on
going to
fire.
step between Lewis and Marcus because Marcus has already been shocked once tonight.
You react fast enough to rein it in before anyone's really at risk, but your hands kind of tingle from the heat.
Ooh.
We've got projectile electricity.
This is a trope.
Oh.
This is absolutely a trope.
Oh my.
That's amazing.
Is that a trope or is it real?
I mean, tropes
Both.
tend to be based off of things that happen, but
Jasper's going to slowly turn towards Amelia. You're the only one left, Amelia. I understand if you don't want to share because friends and stuff, but but it'd be
I
helpful.
think at this point we have far surpassed any non-friends at this point. We are stuck here together.
I mean, I wouldn't say we're stuck, Amy.
I think we're stuck, but if you say we are not stuck, as long as we can get out of here.
There are ways out.
We are clearly making progress.
All right. Because we are running low on time, Marcus, would you like to check to see how far you can push it? Because you're not going to be here next week.
He's gonna do something small, but outside of the realm of like size manipulation, and just try to he's gonna focus in on his right hand, like from like tip of the fingers down to the elbows. And he just says, "Laws."
Okay. Claws. What kind of claws is he envisioning?
Santa Claus.
Like he's just envisioning like fur from elbow to hand, and then like werewolf-esque claws. Like he just slid on a glove from like Spirit Halloween.
Okay. I'm gonna call that 4. For
He's 1/8 Garou.
madness dice.
As much.
Oh, was that your roll? You did it so fast. Let's see what you... Okay. I'm going to use one of my despair coins.
What's that?
You should have read the handout.
This is where the pain comes in.
I'm going to use one of my coins of despair to add a 6 to your madness pool. Which means madness will dominate your roll. Your hand and your arm, you watch as the transformation takes place. Hair sprouting out from your forearms, fingers lengthening, nails lengthening to the tiniest sliver, sliciest of points. You watch it, but it doesn't stop. It starts creeping up your arm, wrapping around your elbow. And you think, I'm not in control of this anymore. I'm gonna turn into a monster, and I'm not gonna be able to come back from it because I let these people convince me that I could do something amazing when I can't. I don't know how to stop this. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know that I can come back from this. What is your final response?
Lee. Yeah, the panic sets in. I don't want to be here. Don't look at me. I don't want this.
These people aren't good for you. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know you. They've never cared to know you before now. Why are you listening to a word they say? They're just going to get you in more trouble. And as you spiral out of control into the panic, into the paranoia, you sprint off into the woods.
Okay, we'll be here when you get back.
That's what we're going to call it tonight. Yay. Werewolves.
Yay, indeed, Jim.
He's
Yay,
embracing.
indeed.
Jazzer's like, oh, he's embracing his crazy.
American Werewolf in London over here.
How's everyone feeling?
I feel great.
Finally
I was
reading the
stoked.
handout.
Little worried.
Like you've been reading my therapist notes.
I helped all of my friends tonight, except for Amelia because she didn't become my friend until the end of the night.
Oh, well, I'm glad she got an upgrade.
Well, she said that
Friend
we're
now.
friends. She said we're friends. Instantly went right back to Amy.
Look at that. I noticed. Congratulations, Amy, on your promotion. You know what? You know what? In celebration, let's start with you for props. Haha.
Finger guns.
Who did a great job? Who made your night?
Jasper for being the ultimate hype man for literally everyone.
Everyone
me,
get
it's
crazy.
All right. Well, Jasper, you're next.
It's between two people. I'm not sure which I should go with.
Fuck it. Shout them out both. It's not like you get anything for props. Go.
Oh, okay. Marcus and Trips. For like the two very different ways with which Jasper helped them embrace the madness, so to speak. Marcus, fortunately, it's like very obvious like what his psychoses was off the rip. And Jasper's like, okay, I can work with that. That's because in Jasper's mind, everybody's powers is tied to what our disorders are, what our psychoses are, if you will. So Marcus is very easy to pick up first. It's like, and like at first it's like, okay, so Trips is going to be like crippling depression. I don't know. And then it's like, no, okay, well, what's wrong? Like, what's going on in your life, bro? And it's just like, everybody just wants me to be a brother. Okay, oh, perfect, cool, awesome. What would he do? He's like, just bam, bam, like not missing shots at all. Jasper's got this. Trust Jasper. Trust Jasper.
Yep. Everyone should definitely trust Jasper.
100%.
Sure.
Like everybody
Your turn.
said. Like everybody said. I have not steered them wrong yet.
Yes. Oh man, I gotta give it to John, because just seeing that character go from I am small, I do not like it here, leave me alone, to it had a sort of a Captain America kind of vibe. You know, the small man who finally becomes big and actually understands what he's doing. Do the whole pick up, slam, kick, you know. I really enjoyed watching that expansion of the character, and that was really well done.
Yeah. Short time, too.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
won't be a nerd, but Cap was always a big man. He was just internal big, then he was external big.
I'm not arguing it with you.
Marcus.
I gotta give it to Sebastian, solely for the early point of the session where I was just like, uppies! And just going with it. Just going with it. That made my night. It was so good that I text my partner about it.
Oh.
And they were just like, that is amazing. And then they started watching.
Yay.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Hello, partner.
Hi. If you're still watching.
They are very much asleep now. We are both
Oh.
very
Dang it.
sick.
Sleep well.
Hello, partner. When you see this on YouTube,
Lewis.
Oh, Jasper for absolutely just continuing to Jasper and just dominate that role. Trip, my man Sebastian, just immediately embracing, okay, well, he would do this, he would do that, it'd be so great. Hey, I'm my brother, I'll do this. Oh shit, it worked. Uh-oh.
I have to say though, for Trip being the bookworm and such, and just the occult, like pop culture stuff, to miss the Monty Python quote.
oh, I didn't miss it. It's just I was trying not to get even more sidetracked because if one person starts quoting more Monty Python, eventually it's going to explode. And we were running short on time, and I didn't need to derail us any further.
Nah.
But it would have
Worry
been
about that.
epic.
Good roleplay. Good roleplay is good roleplay.
Good roleplay.
And also the roller coaster that is Marcus this episode. Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Highs, lows, and dangerous curves.
Yeah.
All right there for you, man.
Great
Also,
job,
Amy
everybody.
refusing to deal with Mr. Smiley Plastic Man's nonsense.
It's like, wait, I know.
Give me a
you.
headache, man.
Oh.
I'm going outside. Everybody's
Take
crushing.
it away, Daddy.
I'm doing great.
All right, guys, this was Death's Door, Jen of Thieves' first tabletop game experience, and she is crushing it.
Good lord.
Like, I am having
I
a
want
fantastic.
Jen back.
You said something. You were describing something, and like it just made me so happy. Like just like listening to you like describe and storytell and craft and paint your pictures with the sliciest tips, and I was like, that's Jen. Hell yeah! Look at her soar. Guys, social media, etc. Discord. If you are just joining us and you are not part of our Discord community, please consider coming over there. All of us hang out in there. All of us are pretty active, chatty Cathys over there. That's also where you can sign up for games as well as vote for games. And yeah, talk about games and other assorted variety of topics. YouTube, people watching us on YouTube right now. This one doesn't apply. You're already here. Have you subscribed? You should. But if you have not already liked and subscribed to us over on the YouTubes, we have content 7 days a week now, so on and so forth, be it tabletop games, shorts, and little clips, and funny things, and hilarious moments and stuff from our games and our recordings and our streamings. And of course, as always, Patreon. Patreon is how we fund all these things. It's how we pay our artists who make our screens and who edit our videos and the merch and books on books on books. Because 3 to 4 games a season, that's 3 to 4 books a season. We need your money so we can keep doing the things, so we can entertain you. All Patreon money goes right back to the channel. None of it is pocketed. It's not any way how I like make my living or anything like that. It is purely just so we can keep doing this and sharing the love of our hobby of tabletop role playing with the world. And that way,
It's not a cult.
And we're
Not a cult.
definitely not a cult. And
Not a
yeah.
cult.
And we will be back tomorrow afternoon, noon Eastern, for episode 2 of our new Sabbat game, where you would see Jen of Thieves and Core Hall. And then Sunday, we have our Hunter the Reckoning game at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where you would see me, and you would see Pierce Powertough once more, as well as an assortment of other people in friendly faces that you've seen through all the other shenanigans we've been doing for over a year now. Jen of Thieves, our wonderful new DM, crushing it in her thing. Lewis, portrayed by Pierce Powertough.
Destroying it.
Amelia, portrayed by Miss Cricket. Sebastian, aka Trip, portrayed by Chef Corhall. Marcus, portrayed by Luxor1091. I remembered that. Good job, brain. And I, of course, am DM Daddy RPG, playing the role of Jasper. Remember, Daddy,
And Mommy.
love you very much. We will see you next time.